Assalamu alaikum ladies. This tutorial is to show you how to make a forms quiz that can have multiple choice questions and descriptive style questions for your students. Once you are in your Outlook email, there's a set of buttons on the corner left side. If you go to it, there is an option to open forms. Click on that and it will open in a new tab as forms. The way to make a new quiz is from new quiz, not new form. We go to new quiz and this will again open in yet another tab asking you to make a quiz. To make a quiz, you can give it a name on top. Let me just call it Year 11 ICT Theory Exam. If you want to give any instructions for your students, that would go here. Please review this. You can give any instructions for your students over here. Once you are done with that, the questions will come down here below. If you click on the plus icon, that will give you two options, choice and text. Choice is the one that you will use for making multiple choice questions for your students, and text is the one you will use for them to be able to write descriptive style answers. Let me show you this one first. Once you click on choice, it will ask you what's the question and what are the options. For example, I am going to write which is an input device. That's my question. The options are down below. If you want to add more than two options, you can come here to add option and add it. I would like to give other answers as well. I have four options here. And in my question, the correct answer is mouse. So I'm going to put a tick mark over here. Important thing to remember, under points here, you have to put the points as 1. This means that this question will carry a mark of 1 and 1 point if answered correctly. Once you're done with that, also a good practice would be to turn on this required sign so that students don't skip this answer. Once you are done with this, you can go ahead and add more questions. For example, I'm adding another question. Just imagine I do have some answers in here, and I will choose which one is my correct answer, and the point is 1. To add a descriptive style answer, I would go to add new question and this time choose the option text. Text will also ask me what's my question, and then I can give a correct answer if the answers are single words. For example, I would like to write a question here. For this question, if there's only one single answer like CPU and there's really no other possibilities, I can add that here. Or if there are other options, you can give that here as well. But if your answers are more lengthy and sentences and paragraphs and each student is expected to have a unique answer, then do not give these correct answers. In that case, you can not have answers given here. Make sure you update the points according to what would be suitable for this question and also keep it as required. If I did not have a single answer and it was more of a long answer question, I would remove these and it would still work as a descriptive question. Once I'm done with all of this, it's important that you check what are the settings of this form quiz. Go to settings over here and it will show you different options that the quiz should run on. A best practice would be to turn off practice mode. We don't want students seeing correct answers before submitting, and turn off show results automatically as well. We don't want students to see answers if they have finished early also. Who can fill out the form? Choose the option only people in Al-Arqam Academy. This will make sure that students have to use their team's login and password to fill out this form. Check for these settings as well. It should be turned on to accept responses. That's fine. it's not necessary to give a start and end date over here. We can fix that inside the team's assignment. And that's mostly what you have to be careful about. Once you are done with that, it's automatically saved. You will see here on top it says saved. Once that's done, go to your team screen now. In my team screen, for example, with this year 11 class, I want to post this quiz. What I will do is I will go to assignments. I will get the option here as create, and under create I will choose the option new quiz. New quiz will ask me which is your quiz, and the quizzes that you made now should be visible here. Because I made a quiz called year 11 ICT theory, that's visible here now. I will click on it and I will attach it. This will get it attached to the assignment. Once that is done, now you can edit the timeline of when this quiz should run. For example, your quiz is supposed to run on the 26th of March, exactly from 8 o'clock to 8:30. In that case, you can schedule it for March the 26th to be posted at 8 o'clock, and it is due on the same day at 8:30. I'm just making sure my timings are correct here. If you want to close it for the students, that can be done by turning on this toggle as well. You press done and then you schedule it for the particular time that it should run. This will get posted as a normal assignment for the students. Students will be able to view it and submit their results. What will it look like on your end? I can show you some forms I have created earlier and students have responded to it. For example, this is a quiz that was conducted earlier, and once students are done answering your questions on Teams, they've submitted it, what you will do is come to this option that says view responses. You do this from the quiz screen itself on forms. You go to view responses, and over there is an option called review answers. Once you go to review answers, you can now check all of the descriptive style answers that are not automatically marked by the computer. For example, you can see this was a multiple choice question. It had 1 point. It's already marked as 1 point. I just have to come to this student number 1, and I will go to the descriptive answer and mark it myself as a teacher. If this was a correct answer, I would give her a 2 mark or a partial mark or no mark. This is the work that you have to do per student for every descriptive answer. Just keep a track that the descriptive answer is question number 6, 7, etc. Only for those questions you have to come and do this. You have to update their marks because you are manually marking it. Of course, no need to do that for the multiple choice questions. If it's incorrect, it is already marked as incorrect. Now the students' points will come here on the top. For example, the student got 17 out of 20 points. This would be the mark of student number 1. Once you are done marking student number 1, go to next. You are seeing student number 2 here. You will again go down and check only her descriptive answer and see how much mark she has to be given. Either a 0 or a 1 or a partial mark or a full mark. Once you are done with that and you've updated the mark, her updated mark will show up here. This is the mark of the student. Hope this has been useful for all of you. Assalamu alaikum.